right, go ahead. RJ is walking in. Raise your hand. Oh, I see hands are raised. Thank you. Andrew Jones, your hand is still up. I'll let you just kind of ease into the first question here. Then Alyssa. Andrew, go ahead.
Is RJ on?
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, RJ, kind of curious what your thoughts are on the 3 transfers that came in, what they've added to the program, and how it's been receiving an influx of 3 guys during the offseason that are new to the program but have played in college.
It was a great addition for our 3 transfers. I feel like, they bring depth to the roster. They both, all 3 of them play, different games, which is great. It's able for us to spread the floor and get different options, different looks out of all 3 of them. So I feel like, they all 3 of them bring great personality off the court, and then on the court, they're always ready to work. So
for you personally, what kind of things have you done the last several months to cut down on the turnover issue from last year?
Just basically just watch film and just get to slow down the game. I think this past summer I really worked extremely hard, and I think the game is starting to slow down for me. And I'm just working on, finding my open teammates, looking when it's time for me to score the ball, and just be mindful of cutting down my turnovers as a point guard.
Alyssa, then Michael Coe.
Yeah, RJ, how has the transition been with Coach Williams to Coach Davis? And is there a big difference in their coaching style, or is it pretty familiar to you guys?
It was definitely a shock when we all first heard the news, first and foremost. But I feel like, Coach Davis or Coach Roy, they kind of have a similar way as far as, coaching styles. They're going to be on us, and just to come out with the mentality of, to win. But as far as, different coaching styles, they do have some difference, but there is some similarities as far as for UNC basketball.
Michael Coe, then Dina.
Hey, RJ. So in the past few years, there's been a lot of roster turnover, especially in the backcourt with this program. Can you speak to how having basically the backcourt of the team be intact from last year to this year, how that's going to help you guys win this season?
Definitely we got our first year under our belt. It was new to us. We were freshmen. So, we were just adjusting along the way. We were thrown in the fire. So, but other than that, at the end of the day, we just got to go out there and play basketball and just watch our turnovers as point guards. And I feel like, with the backcourt, we're all mature, and we know the game and we know how to play. So I think, the reduce of our turnovers will cut down this year.
Thank you.
Dina?
Hey, RJ, how important is having a coach like Coach Lebo, who was one of the best shooters all time in UNC history, being on staff? And what kind of pointers has he given to you?
It was a great addition for Coach Lebo. As far as, he played here. He was a point guard here. So for me, just to learn from him, as far as, how to run the team, how to, find the different angles and different options with plays. It's definitely a great addition. I'm definitely learning a lot from him. So I can just give props to him.
Thank you.
Greg Barnes, then CL.
Hey, RJ, kind of to follow up on Alyssa's question, how are things different with practices, how practices have been run, and maybe how he communicates with the team? That's a little bit different than what Roy did.
I would just say, practice has been intense. We're competing in each drill. Each drill, we're going 110%. He expects a lot out of us from each and everyone, from the 1 to the 5, and the rest of the players. So I just feel like he always tells us to each day wake up with the mindset of competing, and each day is a new day. So it's another day, another opportunity, and that's the mindset we have to have going forward through the season.
And Roy told us for years and years that he always told the team that they were of a different generation. Just talking about how old he was. Hubert's a lot younger. Can you tell that he's a little more up to speed with culture and trends and those kind of things?
Yeah, I think so. I think, this new generation of basketball, the game is more spread out. So I feel like, Coach Davis kind of understands that as far as, being able to space the floor out. And yeah.
Thanks.
CL, then Ross Martin.
RJ, now that you've had a summer off season under your belt, can you kind of compare like how difficult was it for you and Caleb to come in under a pandemic where you didn't get here early in summer and get to kind of play and learn? Like, can you tell, is there a big difference from being here this summer and kind of going through everything as opposed to what you weren't able to do last?
Yeah, definitely. I think last year it was unusual time for all of us, as far as, COVID and not be able to, experience like normal things that, us freshmen get to do. But I think this past summer, we were able to, bond well and work hard each day. I think both summer sessions were extremely helpful for us, as far as, in the weight room and on the court, gelling together with our new team and new chemistry. So I feel like this past summer was way better than, last summer, as far as we just thrown into the fire and being able to pick up things on the go.
And that being said, can you give us a little insight into the two freshmen, Dunn and Styles, and what you feel like they bring?
They both bring energy. They're both great players. DeMarco and Dontrez, I feel like to be a great addition for us this year. They're young, but they're also learning. They ask questions when they feel like they don't know a particular play or whatever. So they're learning, but at the same time, they're competing each practice, each day. They're in the gym. So I'm very proud of them so far. And yeah.
Ross and Brendan.
Hey, RJ, you were talking about the offseason this summer. What was playing with all the alumni like? Was there anything that stood out? Any players that you were excited to play with, or any notes from that you can tell us?
It was very exciting just for the players to come back and able to, play open run with us. You get to pick their brain a little bit, see how, their experience was when they was here. So just to be able to play with them, play against them, it was competitive. Sometimes, you go at it with them, back and forth. But it was great because you get to learn at the same time and also get to, pick their brain about when, what was their experience like, how they deal with things, how they deal with adversity. So it was great.
Any players that stood out to you that it was pretty cool to play with or that were challenging you went with? Or something?
Theo Pinson is always a good matchup. Marcus Page was a good matchup. Nate Bray when he was here, Kennedy Meeks, Bryce Johnson, a couple of those players, yeah.
And then briefly,
Ross, we're done. We're good. I got 3 more people. Brendan, then David.
Hey, RJ, we just heard from Armando, and he was saying, Coach Davis is asking me to just extend my range out to the 3-point line, and obviously Dawson and Brady can do that too. Have you gotten used to playing with bigs who are suddenly shooting the ball from beyond the 3-point line? Just how different has that been for you?
I mean, it's been different, but it's been good. Just I have the confidence in my bigs for them to be able to extend their range and be able to kick it back out to them for a 3. So they're working on it. So, and that's all we could ask for. So I have confidence in them and they have confidence in themselves. So that will go a long way.
How does having them on the outside on the perimeter, how does that change things for you? Does it give you different options, different lanes, cutting to the basket? How does it change your job, I guess?
Well, I mean, it definitely opens up the floor a little bit. It gives a driving area, driving space for me to create for my own, and also the drive and penetrate to the 3-point shooters. So not only does it give them opportunity, but it gives us, the guards, an opportunity to be able to make a play when it's needed.
Gotcha.
David Steele, then Gregory Hall.
RJ, not necessarily on the court where he's being used a little bit differently, but off the court, have you noticed a difference in Armando now that he's one of the older guys on the roster, just in terms of his leadership, perhaps, by example or even vocally?
Yeah, definitely. Armando's been, a great leader for us. His maturity is through the roof. He's able to lead the guys and, also, help us out when needed. I feel like, we all gel off each other's energy, and I feel like Armando's doing a great job so far as an upperclassman, as a leader.
And last one, Gregory Hall.
RJ, how do you kind of see the guard rotation panning out with you, Caleb, Kerwin, Anthony Harris? Obviously, are you playing more at the 2? Are you rotating at the 1 with Caleb? Just how is all that playing out so far?
I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, we're still like preseason. We're all still practicing. So I mean, it'll be good to see. I think both of us, we could play the 1 and the 2. So hopefully, we just go out there and just play, not worry about who plays what position. This game in this generation, basketball is positionless, so it doesn't really matter who's the one, who's the two. Just go out there and just play basketball.
And I wanted to ask you about Coach Lebo and Coach May, just kind of the new assistants. What's their style? What's your, obviously Sean May, previous relationship, just how is that?
It's great. I feel like all the players are comfortable with, the coaches. We're able to go to them, whether it's, basketball or not. They're able to, tell us what to do as far as offensive and defense. And we're just learning throughout the drills. We do stations, each day we're getting better and better. So I feel like, the coaches are doing a great job with teaching us.
Anybody else for RJ? Go ahead and jump in if you have one. If not, we'll let them go. All right, RJ, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Everybody, appreciate